Davy! Awesome. Welcome to Davy's Awesome Stories. Let's have funny stories from my past, or go on a rant in an effort to make you laugh. So, another rant this week, as I talk about something that drives me absolutely crazy. And that's stupid advertisements. I know. Pretty much everybody is like, occasionally they see an ad and they go, wow, that's stupid. I, however, will admit it probably bugs me more than it should. But it does. Just little concepts bug the crap out of me. For example, the first one I'm going to talk about. I cannot stand how beer commercials advertise how cold their beer is.
Beers!
That's stupid. As if your beer has the ability to get colder than this beer. It's not how it works. Now, I know I've gone on record. I don't drink. I used to, though. I used to drink beer. No, I didn't give it up because I became an alcoholic and it was ruining my life or anything. I just decided to stop drinking. But when I used to drink beer, I would buy different kinds. I wasn't that guy who only bought Budweiser or only bought Coors or only bought Miller. I bought whatever I felt like at that moment. Not to mention, around that time, I had a roommate, and he bought beer too. So there were times I'd be like, hey, can I have one of yours? And he'd be like, can I have one of yours? And we'd be like, sure. And let me tell you something. If they had both been in the fridge for quite a while, the Coors was just as cold as the Bud. Like, seriously. The only way one was colder is if it had been in the fridge for like a day and the other one had only been in the fridge for like an hour. Otherwise, it was still just as cold. And it got so stupid that Coors ended up giving us a label that will tell us if it's cold or not. Do you not have feeling in your hands? How are you gripping the bottle in the first place? Seriously, that's just how it is. It's not like you're going to sit there hours later and go like, wow, this Budweiser is way colder than the Rolling Rock. No. If it's colder, that means one hasn't been in there that long. But if they've both been in there for like a day, they're going to be just as freaking cold. So how cold the beer is has nothing to do with you. It has to do with whether or not I put it in the fridge.
Duh!
And I get they've got to find a way to advertise it to make you go, I'd rather buy this beer than that beer. So why don't you do what soda does? And advertise that one tastes better. Again, right off the bat, I get that there's some of you going like, well, all beer is nasty. Okay, but you know what? If you develop a taste for it, you end up liking it, which I did like it. And I could definitely taste the difference in a Budweiser or a Rolling Rock or a Heineken or something like that. So advertise that. Our beer tastes better than their beer. Like soda does. Like you have Pepsi and Coke competing. You don't have Pepsi or Coke saying, our soda is colder. They both know that how cold it is, that's on you. Put it in the fridge, it'll be cold. Don't put it in the fridge, it won't be. If it ain't cold, it has nothing to do with us. It's your fault. They advertise taste. Pepsi saying, we win the taste tests. Which is kind of messed up because the reason Pepsi wins the taste tests is because Pepsi is sweeter. So you're going to notice that first. Especially if you're drinking it with a Coke because you're going to know one's sweeter than the other. And most people are going to react to that. So it's kind of manipulative. But then Coke, the way they like to advertise theirs, we're more refreshing. Which they are. Because I will say this, maybe it's because they're a little less sweet, but on a really hot summer day, a Coke is way more refreshing than a Pepsi. And then you got colas like RC not advertising at all. They just sit in the background going, yeah, even we're surprised we still exist. Another one that irritates the freaking crap out of me. You'll be driving along, and you'll see a community of houses that are kind of blocked off, and for some reason, all these housing communities love to put the same freaking sign up that says, if you lived here, you'd be home by now. What is your freaking point? Yes, if I lived there, I'd probably be going there, and I'd stop. But I don't live there. Is that your selling point? Like, hey, you could stop driving and just live here. There's a little bit more to living in one of those houses than just that. It's a dumb advertisement. Has that ever worked? Has there ever been some stupid guy going, well, I am really tired of driving. Guess I'll pull in and fill out some paperwork. I hope you go bankrupt that that's all it took to get you to buy a house. And what, are you just going to move in as is? You're not going to go back to your other place and get some stuff? It's dumb. Why can't the signs just say like, hey, great place to live, or hey, this place is awesome, or get a little honest and be like, hey, you can't afford this. Because let's face it, that's the housing market now. Places that are decent are selling for the same prices that used to be the price of a mansion. And I don't mean when I was a kid. I mean like 3 or 4 years ago. But still, I want to know if somebody really did fall for that. If somebody was really like, I'm going to go through the process of buying this house just because I drive by it so many times, and it says that if I was home, I'd live here by now. And I just want to cut my commute in half. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for a small commute, but there are much more important reasons to buy a freaking house, of all things. And for God's sakes, you communities, get another slogan. Especially because every one of these communities, I wouldn't want to live there anyway. Because it's a bunch of houses that are all so close together. And I get that I'm never going to afford like 50 acres between me and my freaking neighbors, but I don't want to be able to like open the bathroom door, reach out, and touch my neighbor's house. But I think the most annoying one, I'm going to get a little specific here, are Charmin toilet paper ads. Their ads make it to where I will not buy Charmin toilet paper just because I don't want to support them. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't really have a brand of toilet paper. My wife does, so that's my brand. I get it because, keep the peace. Because I really don't care. Toilet paper is toilet paper. To an extent, I will admit, I have bought toilet paper that was so cheap, I was like, never again. Otherwise, I really don't care. Charmin, Scott, Angel Soft, whatever. It's toilet paper. As long as they don't make my butt bleed while I'm wiping, I don't care. It's toilet paper. It's all going the same place. It's all going to have the same horrible fate. But even though I don't have a particular brand favorite, I now have a brand least favorite, and that's Charmin, because your ads are stupid. And I hate you for them. Like, seriously, have you seen these stupid ads? It's a family of bears that enjoy pooping way too much. Like, that's even their stupid slogan is, we all gotta go, let's enjoy the go. There's nothing that's gonna make me enjoy pooping. I don't know if anybody enjoys pooping. The only thing I enjoy about pooping is not pooping anymore. Like, seriously, it's pooping. It's something that, yes, we all have to do. It's inevitable. Whether you're rich or poor, thin, fat, tall, short, black, white, male, female, you gotta poop. It's what we all have to do. It's one thing that unites us. We all have to poop. But I'd be weary of anybody who's like, oh, I love it. There's something off about you. And I'd rather not have a friendship with you, you frickin' serial killer. And I will tell you this, if anything could make me enjoy pooping, it's not the toilet paper. I can't imagine sitting there wiping my butt going, this is fantastic. I always have the same attitude when it comes to that particular chore, which is, okay, let's just get this done. But you have this family of bears that just love it. That is sitting there going like, I get to poop! Lucky! Because of their amazingly wonderful toilet paper. Which, first of all, I've tried Charmin. It's just toilet paper. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just toilet paper. And I get they want to come up with a way to get you to buy theirs over theirs. So fine, advertise that you're softer yet not as flimsy. Okay, fine. But stop acting like me buying your toilet paper is going to be a whole new experience. No, it's going to be the same experience, just a little less rough. And then they advertise how clean the toilet paper gets their butt. Hate to break it to you, the toilet paper doesn't do that. If you don't have a bidet or some flushable wipes, it's only going to be so clean. But you have commercials where the dad comes out after taking a poop, and because he used Charmin, he's like shaking his butt at everybody, and they're like, oh, yay, yay, yay. If my dad came out and shook his butt at me right after taking a poop, I'd be like, stop, stop, stop. I will stab you and give you another hole. So I guess the point of this big, long rant about hating advertisements is, believe it or not, your advertisements can make me against you. So just advertise something slightly realistic, or shut up. So there you have it. That's my story for this week. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure to hit like, hit subscribe, hit the little bell so you get notifications when I post videos. And leave a comment that I can respond to in my next comment corner. Tell me about some advertisements you hate. Love you guys.